there's a certain commentary in certain Chumashim called Toldos Aaron. And I think he was from either the Karlin dynasty or the Stolen dynasty. I think he's from one of those Hasidic dynasties, and he did something really monumental in that he went through the entire Torah and he did every citation of where a pasuk comes up in the Gemara, and he gives all the sources in the Gemaras, the page number, the side. So this project is kind of like that. It could be seen as the reverse version of that. It's or maybe not exactly the reverse version of that, but an idea like that using the Talmud Bavli page numbers to bring in chapters of the Tanakh. And so there is a very famous chapter in Tanakh in some circles, and it's not so famous in other circles. And this chapter is chapter 53 of Isaiah, Yeshayahu Nun Gimel. And so since we just passed Bava Basra, Nun Gimel, and I've always thought about every time we pass by Nun Gimel of any Masechta, I think about putting maybe this chapter, correlating it, and so I might as well start with it now. And so here it is, Isaiah chapter 53, Yeshayahu Parak Nun Gimel, read in English and Hebrew. Mi ha'amin l'shmu asenu uzra Adonai al midi lasa. Who would have believed our report, and to whom was the arm of the Lord revealed? V'ya'al kayonik lifanav, v'chashoresh me'eretz tziyah, lo to'ar lo v'lo hadar v'nirehu, v'lo mareh v'nechmedehu. And he came up like a sapling before it, and like a root from dry ground. He had neither form nor comeliness. And we saw him that he had no appearance. Now shall we desire him? I've seen it read differently at different times. V'lo marev nechmedehu. He had no form nor comeliness that we should desire him. They phrase that as a question, but I guess it could be either way. Nizeh v'chadal ishim. Despised and rejected by men. Ish mechavos v'docholi, a man of pains and accustomed to illness. U'chamaster panim mimenu nivzeh v'lo chashavnuhu. And as one who hides his face from us, despised, and we held him of no account. Lo chashavnuhu. We held him to be of no importance. Achen chalayenuhu nasa. Indeed, or surely, he bore our illnesses. Achen chalayenuhu nasa. Umachovenu savalam. And our pains, he carried them. V'anachnu chashavnuhu nagua muke Elohim umeoneh. Yet we accounted him as plagued, smitten by God, and oppressed. He was pierced. Mecholal means like halal means pierced through, like space. Halal is pierced through. He was pierced because of our transgressions. Midukam yevonosenu, crushed because of our iniquities. Musar shlomin olav, the chastisement of our welfare was upon him. Uva chavuraso nirpalanu, and by his wounds, or with his wound, we were healed. Kulanu katson tainu, we all went astray like sheep. Ish ledarko paninu, va'adonai hivgia bo esavon kulanu. We all like sheep have gone astray. Ish ledarko paninu, each one turned his own way. Adonai Hivgia bo esavon kulanu. The Lord Hivgia bo esavon kulanu. Here it says, and the Lord accepted his prayers for the iniquity of us all. Hivgia could have another meaning. It could also mean a certain language of, I think, I'm not sure. I might just keep this translation here. But like paga means to like either attack or assault or like pain. He pained him because of our sins. But I'll just keep his Hivgia, let's just say, accepted. Or like, maybe he prayed on our behalf, and because of our prayers. Anyway, he was despised. Okay, nigash v'hunaneh v'lo yiftach piv. He was oppressed and he was afflicted, yet he would not open his mouth. Kasel tevach yuval. Like a lamb to the slaughter he was brought. He would be brought. And like a ewe that is mute before her shearers, he would not open his mouth. A ewe is like a female sheep. That's not young. It's a little bit older, maybe teenager or middle age, I'm not sure. From imprisonment and from judgment he is taken, and his generation who shall tell? Because he was cut off from the land of the living, because of the transgression of my people, negat lamo, a plague befell them. Now the word lamo can mean them, or it can mean him. Now usually it means plural, them, but there are places, and I've seen them in the book of Job, where lamo actually is synonymous with the word lo. Although generally it is them. So this is somewhat of a questioning, not troubling, but like a difficult idea. It looks like we're talking about one person, and now it looks like plural, although lamo can mean him as well, as seen in the book of Job. Vayitain es Rashem kivro ves asher b'mosav, al lo chamas asav v'lo merbav b'piv. And he gave his grave to the wicked, and to the wealthy with his kind of death, with his death, because he committed no violence and there was no deceit in his mouth. The Lord wished to crush him. He made him ill. If his soul makes itself restitution, he shall see children, he shall prolong his days, and God's purpose shall prosper in his hand. From the toil of his soul, amal is like, toil, hard work, or struggles, like strife, but like hard work, let's say. Painful hard work. Me'amal nafsho yireh yizba bidato. Yatzdik tzadik avdi. Okay, so from the toil of his soul he would see. Me'amal nafsho yireh yizba bidato. He would be satisfied. Yatzdik tzadik. With his knowledge, bidato yatzdik tzadik avdi. With his knowledge, my servant would vindicate the just for many. V'avonotam hu yizbo, and their iniquities he would bear. Lachen, therefore, achalek lo berabim, ve'et atzumim yichalek shalal. Therefore I will allot him a portion in public, among the many. With the strong he shall share plunder. Tachas asher he'ere lemavet nafsho, because he poured out his soul to death. Vet poshim nimna, and with the transgressors he was counted. V'hu chet rabim nasa, and he bore the sin of many. V'la poshim yavgia, and interceded for the transgressors.